welcome to Explained. As the great Indian electoral juggernaut rolls into phase 2, we're going to analyze why this is such a crucial phase. I'm Aarti Subramaniam, and helping us understand the importance of this phase is Mirror Now's consulting editor Vinay Tewari.
Thank you, Aarti. The dance of democracy has begun, and I'm back and very happy to be on another show.
Well, 97 seats spread across 13 states and union territories go to polls on April 18th. And Vinay, this is a very crucial phase for a lot of the political parties concerned.
It is. I mean, 6 more than the first phase, and that, of course, makes it a little bigger than what we've seen at the start. Very importantly, on the screen, if you see the whole of Tamil Nadu going to polls, which is a big state, 39 seats, and hence very critical for fortunes of both political formations. Karnataka starts off voting as well. And apart from that, the crucial states of UP, Bihar, Bengal, in any case, are going to polls. So very critical and extremely important for all parties to do well in this.
Well, as Vinay was mentioning, the entire state of Tamil Nadu is going to go to the polls. And this, interestingly, is going to be the first election conducted in the absence of Jayalalitha and Karunanidhi.
That's right. And it's already having an impact in the state. I mean, you can see that most of the people in the state today are saying that the campaigning is now largely around Mr. Modi and Mr. Rahul Gandhi. This has not happened. This is unusual for Tamil Nadu. I mean, those of people who know Tamil Nadu state will tell you that most of the time the elections are about the local leaders, whether it was Jayalalitha or Karunanidhi, who dominated it for over 3 decades or so. And it also had local issues being talked about. This is the first time that there are national issues and who is to be installed at the center, which is dominating the narrative there. And that's a big change for Tamil Nadu.
And both these parties, the AIDMK and the DMK, have played a very important role in propping up governments at the center.
Always. In 2004, Mr. Congress would not have come to power if DMK had not swept that state. And much the same has happened even when the AIDMK has supported a government. So most of the national parties use their shoulders to be propped up and become players at the center. And in this election too, the same is likely to happen.
Well, another state going to the polls down south is Karnataka. 14 seats are going to be going to polls, including the all-important Bengaluru. Now, remember, Chennai is going to vote, Bengaluru is going to vote. So this is the first round where there are 2 major metros going to polls.
That's right. And the other thing is, apart from the fact that the first 2 cities are going to polls, which makes it very interesting because BJP traditionally has done well in big cities, and they look at that as their core support base in many ways. Karnataka itself is a very important state because that's where the BJP is slightly smarting under the loss they had in the assembly elections. And remember, there was a lot of drama that that followed the election, the counting results, which continued till way late. And the BJP hasn't taken it very well. So in many ways, it's revenge time for them. And if they end up doing badly in these elections too, it will also have an impact on the state government's solidity, because right now they're a little bit thin ice. I mean, there is always this worry about 6 or 7 MLAs crossing here and there. That might change, because so you will have, this is a huge prestige battle for the BJP, and if they do well in it, you can be assured that it will again have an impact on the state government.
Right, Vinay, and there has been a lot of friction between the Congress and the JDS. They're running this coalition, but you almost get a sense it's going to fall one day, it isn't going to fall, that clarity isn't there. And as you were mentioning, the BJP is keeping a close eye on things to, really swoop in there if and when that government falls.
Absolutely. And that's why the getting this result right for the BJP is very important, and for the JDS and Congress to get it right too. I mean, this is the time when they will have to really shore up and forget the differences, because whoever does badly here will end up impacting the state government as well.
Right, a cascading effect that is going to have. But in Maharashtra, the region that is going to vote is Marathwada. Now, Marathwada has been a drought-hit area for decades, and that again is going to have an impact on the way the region votes.
It definitely will have, and they've had successive droughts as well. So the farmer justice in this part of Maharashtra has been extremely acute. There is also a little bit of a worry amongst the local leaders there that the national leaders are not talking about the drought at all. And that's something that has upset the rural community there. One other important point of this area, this is also the area where the Maharashtra's Congress strongman Ashok Chavan comes in. Remember, he was a reluctant contestant. He actually wanted to contest the assembly elections, which are going to happen later in the year. He didn't want to become a Lok Sabha member, but the party didn't allow him to. And the Congress, if they do badly in this phase, this is going to be a real serious setback, because this is an area where they've usually done well. Even in 2014, when the Congress got wiped out, they won 2 seats from this part. So they've done very well in this area.
Right. Now, Uttar Pradesh, again, key battleground state that's going to polls. Remember, Uttar Pradesh is going to face a long election time, because it's going to polls in almost every phase. 8 seats going to vote, and these particular seats are located in the western UP Doab region.
That's right. So usually people used to divide upper Doab and lower Doab. Nowadays in modern era they call it more the Braj region, but very critical region for the RLD specifically. This is where Jain Chaudhary is from. This is where the whole family has played its politics, apart from the first phase as well, and Mayawati as well, because for her caste-based politics, this is one of the areas which is critical to her. BJP, of course, had swept the last time, and hence every region for them was a region where they did well. But for the alliance to do well, it is very important that they do well in this, because this is where they were strong. This is where they've always done well. And here they need to not just repeat the performance, perhaps better it as well. It also has Raj Babbar, the Congress strong person, who has changed his seat every election from Firozabad to Agra and now Fatehpur Sikri. So his personal, there's a lot at stake for him as a person as well.
Right, Bihar now 5 seats going to polls in Bihar, and interestingly, Nitish Kumar was somebody who was associated with the Mahagathbandhan, but then he fell out with them, went back to the BJP, and this is an election where he's going to go out and campaign for Narendra Modi.
For the first time. And that's not something that the people in Bihar are used to. They've already seen him actually campaign against him, win elections, then go back to the other side. Also, the first election he's going to face after he made Bihar a dry state. So in many ways, and being dry as a state has resonated in the election campaigning as well. The RJD has been mentioning that issue many areas. The JDU tries to make it look like a virtue. So that's another issue where it will be almost like a referendum on whether they're okay with it or not.
Right, now moving towards the east, Assam and West Bengal going to polls. 5 seats in Assam and 3 in West Bengal. Now, one of those seats is Darjeeling, which has been a BJP stronghold until Mamta's really stepped in.
Absolutely. Jaswant Singh used to be an MP from there, which is, I mean, conventionally speaking, you wouldn't expect Jaswant Singh to be winning from Darjeeling, but he has. But Mamta's, you know, her style of politics has ensured that the agitation that was there for a very long time has just now disappeared. I mean, she's just completely taken over that area in many ways. And for that reason, that the BJP, it's a prestige issue. They need to do well in this area. Otherwise, their ambitions and dreams of, you know, making a dent in the Bengal citadel of TMC will take a setback. Much the same in Assam as well, because for them, it's a prestige issue.
Yes, absolutely. Well, 97 seats spread across 13 states are going to polls on 18th. And we in Mirror Now encourage all our viewers to go out and vote, because it's your vote that will decide the next government of India.